Alright guys, JT back with a quick article. I'm going to put a link in the description of this because this is actually pretty interesting. This was just posted by the New York Times today about an hour and a half ago, and I wanted to share this to you. I don't know if this will be taken down or not, but I'll definitely put a link in the description to this article, and I'm probably going to download it as a PDF and just kind of print it out and kind of archive it and stuff. Just to make sure that they don't take this down, but because it talks about something I wasn't familiar with, and it's something called near space. And of course, the title of this article is "The U.S. and China Vie in Hazy Zone Where Balloons, UFOs, and Missiles Fly." And I wasn't familiar with this whole near space term, and they actually define it in this article. If you guys are not familiar with them, which explains a lot that may be going on and a lot that could transpire in the future as well. And this could explain some of the UFOs, UAPs that we see flying around. They could be flying in this near space where we can't chase it with aircraft and we can't do certain things with, which when I show you what this near space is, it's actually going to be pretty interesting. But it says here, American officials are worried China is far along in developing technology that operates in the unregulated high altitude zone of near space. And of course, you guys see here the recent balloon that was shot down by F-22 Raptor about a week or so ago, at the time of this video. And apparently this balloon was flying in that near space area. And then it says here, U.S. military commanders, lawmakers, and policy experts say they fear China has pulled ahead of the United States in thinking strategically about how to use near space and deploying assets there, which is interesting because that's what brought my attention to this, and I wanted to share this to you guys, with you guys, about this, because this whole near space thing could be, like I said, where we see a lot of UFOs, a lot of UAPs flying it. I can't recall right now how high up this balloon was, but it was high enough to where we could still see it, but it was actually pretty large too. They said it was the size of, what, 3 buses? So these UFOs we see could be just as large, and they could be flying in this area. Now this near space is actually defined right down here. I'm going to try to highlight this real quick and read through it, but this was very interesting, and this is something I'm actually going to put in my memory archive, so that as I talk about this in further videos and try to study this more, I want to actually define the actual area of near space. And it says, near space is liminal space, a stratospheric netherworld where no international law applies and no military force holds dominance, which is very interesting. And maybe that's why Trump went in and defined, or we created the Space Force. I don't know. Maybe they're trying to hold dominance over there. These are just me just throwing thoughts out there. But it says where hypersonic missiles and space planes fly and surveillance balloons drift without being picked up by radars, which is interesting. And this could be why I'm going to say our regular government doesn't pick up and know about a lot of the UFOs. We know that certain parts of the government do, but this could be the people that are kind of oblivious to what's going on and why they haven't picked up on that. And this whole definition there was pretty interesting for it. So I'm not going to read through this whole article. I want to at least put this out here so you guys can read through it. So if you can, read through it and then come back and put some of your comments down, because I am interested in what you guys have to say about this article here. And then it goes on to talk about how Biden had a speech on Thursday about talking about the evolving the spy balloons and the 3 unidentified flying objects. So they know what's going on, at least with that part. I've seen you guys' comments when I put the video up the other day of President Biden out there talking, but somebody actually did a voiceover over it. That was pretty interesting, but I just wanted to put that out there so you guys, some people may see it on Facebook or something, or the video get confused or maybe think it's real. But of course, he's going to speak with the Secretary of State, and this is going to be a big ordeal, I think, coming in the future. Maybe this is also why, in my opinion, why we established the Space Force. Maybe we're actually trying to get into this particular area and, you know, regulate it and make some laws. And I don't know, but it's just some of my thoughts of it. But the whole near space thing was very, very interesting, and I'm going to have to try to look back and try to find some information on near space, and maybe I'll do a video on it where I can define near space, the altitude of it, the areas of it and stuff, and then go back and pinpoint certain UFO videos to see if they actually fly in this near space area. So I think that'd be pretty interesting. But if you guys know more about this near space, put it down in the description, because I'd like to know what you guys know about it too, because a lot of you guys put some very good comments out there, and you know a lot about stuff like this that I don't know about, that I'm just now finding out about, but I am going to educate myself on this. So anyway, like I said, I'll put a link below in the description to this, so you guys can go over here and read this, because this was very interesting, and it goes on to talk about a couple other things too. And we know that China is advancing in a lot of different things. I think about a year ago they did land something on the moon, where they went on the backside, the dark side of the moon, and the probe was on that part. So it's a lot going on. I think that in the next year or two it's going to be a lot more. So, but this near space thing is very interesting. So anyway, guys, put your comments down below. As always, don't forget to like, subscribe, share this with your friends, and I probably am going to look into this near space more and do a more in-depth video of it now that I'm kind of seeing what this is, because this kind of has my brain kind of working and thinking about other things too. So I appreciate you guys watching. Stay tuned for the next video.